host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine, a city so light.
Hi, I'm Ali Vasquez, the owner of the Walkersville Living Facebook and YouTube pages, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, October 15th, and I am your host, Dani Gurrie. Hope you're having a great week so far. We're in hump day. You made it to the middle of the week, and it is officially the middle of October. I don't know. Time just flies by so fast, and I just feel like we're hanging on. We're hanging on and seeing what's going to happen. Speaking about what's going to happen on today's show, I'm going to go over what's happening in Frederick and give you a highlight of some of the events you're going to want to know about. And you're going to meet Dr. Darnell Billups. If you don't already know him, he is a Hood Doctoral graduate of 2024, on 2024. He graduated with his doctoral, but boy, he is accomplishing some great things, and we're so proud that he is part of our Frederick County community. I also met him recently in person, which was kind of cool. Then we've got Under the Hood, Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. We're talking brakes, and reminds me I need to go schedule my appointment for brakes very soon. All right, the Good Morning Frederick merch that you purchase at the home of everything Frederick, which is at 401 North Market Street in downtown, benefits the Asian American Center of Frederick. That's right. Proceeds from all of our merch sold goes to a nonprofit every month. And this month, it is them. So please stop on by Wednesdays to Sundays. That's today through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can guarantee we're there. However, the lights are on and you're cruising by. Please come on in. We will be extending our hours sometime soon, but just haven't figured out exactly what that's going to look like yet. All right, let's go ahead and officially kick off this hump day. Fusion Car Wash now has 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One near the FSK Mall. It's on Spectrum Drive. And one on Thomas Johnson Drive. And they both have that high-tech drive-through tunnel where you're going to get your car nice and clean. Over on Spectrum Drive, the Fusion Car Wash team will give you a little mini interior detail if you want. Or on TJ Drive, you can actually utilize the self-serve vacuums and clean up those messes that are in your car that build up. I tell you, sometimes I get my car done and it's nice and clean. I have no idea where all the dirt and stuff comes from. You can download that Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership and keep your car clean daily if you want. FusionCarWash.com. All right, let's find out what's happening in Frederick.
Sponsored by Intense Barbecue. Family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company cooking in small batches to ensure that the food is the freshest it can be. Intense Barbecue can cater your events and they do any kind of food. It doesn't have to be barbecue. Find them at SEBBQ.com and satisfy your meat tooth.
Oh, right. Oh, here we go. All right. Yes, of course. You can find all the events at the link that is in the description of this video. All right. Today, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., there's a free microchip clinic at the Frederick County Animal Control on Rosemont Avenue. You do not need an appointment. Take your pets, get them microchipped. That way, if they escape somehow, you'll be able to be returned to you once they are scanned. October 17th, which is Friday, Trek or Treat kicks off at Tree Trekkers. You got to get your tickets at treetrekkersmd.com. 6 to 9 p.m. is Cocktails and Carbs to benefit Hartley House. That is at the Delaplane Arts Center. It's an 80s theme. There's retro fun, drinks, and music. It's going to be a ton of fun. Get your tickets right now, hartleyhouse.org. October 18th at 10 a.m., that's Saturday, Walk a Mile in Their Shoes is at the Baker Park Band Shell. That's right. Kicks off right at 10 a.m. It's not timed or anything like that. You're going to be around a lot of great people supporting those affected by domestic violence. 10 a.m. to noon, YMCA Downtown is having their Trunk or Treat. You can go take the kiddos there and enjoy a couple of hours getting some treats from a bunch of different people. And 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, head over to the FSK Mall for the Frederick Fire and Rescue Open House. That's right. They are having their open house at the FSK Mall. You can find out all about Frederick Fire and Rescue. It's going to be a great afternoon at the mall there. Noon to 5, head over to Hallow Wine at Sugarloaf Mountain Vineyard. It's a benefit for Wags for Hope. You can take your pups. Tickets at wagsforhope.com. There's going to be a lot of vendors who are there as well. And of course, some great wines and a beautiful view. Noon to 5 also is Woodsboro Days at Woodsboro Regional Park. There's live music, yard sailing, and food sales. If you want to go grab some bargains right now, just go scour those yard sale tables and see what you can find. 5:30 to 8:30, it is Cocktails and Clydesdales in Kemar. There's live music and food trucks. It's a benefit for Platoon 22. And at 8 p.m. on Saturday, your Hallmark holiday movies kick off. Are you a fan of the Hallmark movie? I haven't watched a Hallmark movie in a long time, but every now and then I get right in the mood just to kind of chill, veg, and not think too much. And that is a perfect way to do that. All right, starting next Monday, the 20th, it is our countywide adult Halloween egg hunt. All right, we are hiding 300 eggs around Frederick County. Right at 10 a.m., we will launch with all of the photos of where those eggs are hidden. Every egg is a winner. Top prize, we've got 100 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs, plus some other Maryland Lottery scratch-off prizes, and $500 in cash are two of the top prizes. But we got a lot of great prizes, gift cards to local restaurants, and a lot more. And then coming up next week, October 21st, it's Pints for Polio Day at Rockwell Brewery. That's on the Tuesday. On Thursday, it's WFRE's Ladies Night. Benefits the Hurwitz Breast Cancer Fund. It's at Rockwell. I'm inviting you to come on out. Now, here's the thing. We're not closing Rockwell Brewery, right? So, ladies, you can come and enjoy. And if you want to bring your gentlemen to hang out at the bar and listen to live music, we welcome them to come and have a great time. Be sure to pick up some really fun stuff. Bring some cash. We've got some 50/50s, some silent auctions, some raffle prizes. A lot of great stuff is going on Thursday, October 23rd, 6 to 9 p.m. Free mechanical bull rides, courtesy of Good Morning Frederick and Shannon Flannery, the goddess of real estate. That's going to be a ton of fun. While you're there, enjoy a flight of seltzers or beers, and a portion of those proceeds will be donated back to the Hurwitz Breast Cancer Fund. It's going to be a ton of fun. Bring everybody out, but especially the ladies. We're going to have, Shannon from Healing Storm is going to do some chair massages. There's going to be free samples from Linganore Wine Cellars. It's going to be a ton of fun. All right, October 24th is more Trek or Treating at Tree Trekkers. Let's see what's coming up toward the end of the month, and I'm going to have some Halloween stuff coming too. I don't have too much yet, but I'm going to scour and find out what's going on. Do you dress up for Halloween? I'd love to see your costumes. Be sure to tag me. October 25th is Shred Day. That's at Keys Stadium. That benefits the Women's Giving Circle. So really what they're asking is you can bring up to 5 boxes to be shredded. And if you can give a donation to Women's Giving Circle, that would be wonderful. Noon to 3 on the 25th, it's Trunk or Treat at the Let There Be Rock School. It benefits the Frederick Rescue Mission, so they're asking to bring a can of food, and you have a chance to win a guitar. Good Morning Frederick is going to be there as well. And noon to 5 is Canines on the Creek at Carroll Creek, benefiting the FSK Lions Club. You can get more details if you go on social media and search Canines on the Creek in Frederick. You will find it there. October 26th at 8 a.m., it's the Pink Ribbon 5K at Hood College. You can sign up now, or you can show up then and get registered. And that is a fantastic race. I've been out there before. I'll be out there with Diana Gibson on Sunday, and it's a great race. Benefits the Hurwitz Breast Cancer Fund. Noon to 5. So also, October 26th is going to be a busy Sunday. Noon to 4, Good Morning Frederick is going to be at the Trunk or Treat at 4D Fun Center. And then 2 to 6, we're also going to be at Cowfest at the Frederick Fairgrounds. That is with the Flying Cows. They are trying to break the world record of the most people in a cow onesie gathered in one place. So that's, again, at the fairgrounds. There's going to be vendors out there as well, and it's going to be a good time. October 30th, you can still trick or treat. There's only the 30th and the 31st, I think, will be the last 2 days there for that. The AMVETS is having a costume party with full effect from 7 to 11 on Halloween night. And November 1st is the first annual benefit concert at the Moose Lodge. Benefits Common Ground. We talked with Elizabeth Tate before and went to visit her farm, all the great stuff she's doing for veterans and first responders. And she is going to be on the show very soon to talk about that. And the Harlem Wizards versus Team Frederick are at FCC on November 1st from 6 to 8 p.m. So that's pretty much the stuff going on in and around Frederick. We would love to see you at some of those great events. And again, there are hundreds of events really daily in our town, enough to keep you very busy. And if you're bored in this town, I'm sorry, that is all on you. All right, we're going to take one quick break, and then we're going to hear from Dr. Darnell Billups, the Hood Doctoral graduate in 2024. And then Under the Hood with Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. Total car care. We're talking about brakes. That's coming up just after this.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, total car care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is total car care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams of
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is sponsored by The Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative, holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain. Massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and a healing journey program. Check out thehealingstorm.com for all the details and to schedule an appointment today. Oh, yeah. Shannon's got a bunch of new or additional therapists there. And it's really hopping over there. It's kind of cool. They got a lot of special offers as well right now. So go to thehealingstorm.com for details. All right, I got a chance to chat with Darnell Billups. Now, this was recorded about 4 weeks ago. And then I got a chance right after we did this to meet him in person. What a great guy. I met him through Leadership Frederick County, and he is so fascinating. So here is Dr. Darnell Billups. Good friend Sonia Amir Bowie, who is the works with the doctoral students at Hood College, has sent me another gem, and I get to speak with Dr. Darnell Billups. Now, you graduated from the doctoral program a year ago, May, so 2024. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks, Sonia, for connecting us too.
Yes.
Sonia is an amazing asset to this entire Frederick community.
100%. She is one of our Miss Maryland's 2000 and carrying on the tradition of beauty and smarts, I guess, at Hood College. I want to thank you so much for taking your time to join Good Morning Frederick. I really appreciate it. And it's funny because I talk to so many people and people are on my schedule. I get people confused. And when we started, I was like trying to remember how we got connected. And Lord have mercy, I'm going to have to put my thinking cap on for you, my friend. So you are very, very driven, even as a youngster, by kind of putting yourself out there and saying you wanted to attend the Naval Academy, which you did, which is not easy. Even for smart people, it's not easy. So tell me about that process when you kind of say something like that as a child and it drives you as you move forward through high school and getting into that the Naval Academy.
Yeah, absolutely. And first, thank you again for allowing me to be on the show. So for me, I've always been kind of a precocious person, especially as a kid. And the one story I usually tell people is that my grandmother would always take me to the library. And that's where I kind of picked up the love of reading and learning, which has carried me through my doctorate, 2 master's degrees, my time at the Naval Academy. And that's what really sparked my imagination to want to go to space. And then if you read anything about space in the United States, you know that the Naval Academy graduates more astronauts than any other school in the entire world. So I kind of said, well, if I want to be an astronaut, I need to go to the Naval Academy. And it was about 11 or 12 years old. And I told my mom that, hey, I'm going to the Naval Academy. And my mom had, she's not a college graduate. So I eventually became the first person in my family to go to college. So when I told her that, she had no idea what the Naval Academy was. And she said, no, that's the military. You're not going to the military. You're going to college. So I had to explain to her, like, no, actually, this is college. And they'll pay for it. And so at that point, she's like, okay, well, you can go there.
Yeah,
and so that's
as
how
any
I set
parent
up.
would, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, that's really amazing. So how was your time at the Naval Academy? Because to me, look, first of all, I mean, I just think it is such a prestigious place, so much history and tradition, but really a great foundation for our future leaders. Was that your experience?
Absolutely. It's a transformative place. I don't know any place else in the world, even the other service academies. Obviously, they're amazing too, but the Naval Academy just has a special place in this country's history, and also its location in Annapolis, Maryland, really makes it stand out versus everywhere else. Also, the distinction with the Naval Academy, you can become a Marine or you can go into the Navy. So the other services really don't have that.
Right. So you're talking about like West Point and things like that, or other schools. Right. So you chose the Marine route after you graduated?
Yes, I chose the Marine route. I wound up going Marine ground and being a communications officer for about 8 years.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for that. And from there, you just decided just to keep getting smarter and smarter and going back to school and back to school. So, when you finished your 8 years, what was the decision after that? Just, I know that you have the capability to continue schooling, which is great. What was your driving force after that?
Yeah, I think my driving force while I was in the military is just continue with education. One thing that's not widely known is that Marines are super educated, and we actually take education very seriously. So the Marine Corps started the Commandant's reading list. So every last rank in the Marine Corps has a book and a list of books that they're supposed to read and engage with. So education is very important in the Marine Corps. So I actually got my master's degree, my first master's degree, while I was in the military, with the encouragement of the Marine Corps. But when I got out, I wanted to go into education. So I didn't have a direct pathway into it. So I wound up getting into a program called the Broad Residency in Urban Education. And that's where I got selected, competitive process. So for 2 years, I worked full time in Tennessee at the Department of Education. And at the same time, I got my master's degree in education. So I was not thinking about 2 master's degrees, but it kind of just worked itself out that way.
Yeah, when you're smart like you are and driven, boy, I tell you, great things can happen. And I just think it's fascinating and awesome. You live here in Frederick County now. So what is next on the horizon for Dr. Billups? What are you working on? And if there is a way, how can Frederick support you in what you're doing?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So one thing that I've been doing with my doctorate degree and the DOL program at Hood is all about giving back. Is all about how do you take your education, your research, and help our community. So my dissertation was all about retention of manufacturing managers and supervisors. So I surveyed over 700 people and found out that when you actually have community and organizational benefits, you actually retain people a lot better. So I was able to take that research and created the first manufacturing retention event for Frederick County. This happened August of last year. We had over 50 people attend from Frederick Workforce Services, a number of businesses in the community, manufacturing businesses, the Chamber of Commerce. Everyone was there talking about how do we make Frederick a place for our people from a community and also a business perspective. The mayor was there. So it was really, really cool to see that. So now my role and how Frederick can help is continuing to work through AI in our workforce, how that's going to change it, but also providing opportunities like mentorship and apprenticeships for individuals. Started working or reaching out to an organization called I Believe in Me in Frederick.
Oh, yeah.
They had a program. Yeah, they had a program called Project Guide. And, with that organization, they actually were able to get stories back from kids saying this opportunity came to me. I was able to get a certification and work experience. And now I have my first full-time job and I can support myself.
That is amazing. And look, I 100% agree with your study, obviously, that you've proven. But when we, first of all, as a community, can bring a job to somebody so that they can, have their family and support their families and all of that. But when you tie in that community connection, it really does cement that whole experience for somebody. Because when we all know this, and there's been so many studies done, when you give back, you get more than you're giving. Really, when I give to the community, when I donate money or my time or do anything like that, I feel almost selfish because I'm getting way more out of it. And I think it's so important for a community to have strength beyond just the economy of the business, right? When you reach out and you're involved in your community in that way, or that your company is giving back to the community in other ways, it really is so powerful. So that is really an amazing thing you've brought to light. Are there more opportunities to do things in the future? When you talk a little bit about AI, I am a huge advocate of using AI to help streamline your day, to help, move us forward in ways that we didn't have before. I know a lot of people are concerned about AI removing jobs and all that sort of stuff, but I think we're having the discussion like the car was going to, eliminate the need for horses in certain ways, and we use them for
Right.
something else. So I think, when we look at robotics and AI and technology, I do think it can be used in great ways, even for the average citizen. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And obviously there is some scariness to the whole thing. But I think as we deploy AI, we need to think about security. We need to think about boundaries and guardrails. And one of the things about Frederick County is that we do have a strong community base, but we also have strong organizations throughout the county. And I think that's what that manufacturer retention event showed us. When you talk about AI, we have Data-Driven Frederick at Hood College with Dr. Gersick, who's an AI specialist. We have Dr. Dyson, who's an alumnus of the DOL program at Hood, who's running our school district. So we have a hugely tight organization. And that's just two people out of our whole ecosystem in the county.
Yeah. One thing this show has shown me is I've barely cut the tip of the iceberg, and it just means we've got so many incredible people in our community doing phenomenal things like you who before today I didn't know, and I'm so happy. I can't wait to meet you in person one day. But so is there anything you're working on today that you're hoping to be able to bring back to the community, or are you still kind of reveling in this success from last year and seeing how we can step that up?
Yeah, I don't want to revel because I do want to keep moving forward.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course. I think one thing I've been looking at is how to help nonprofit organizations in Frederick County when it comes to workforce development and especially human resource development for their organizations. So that's something I'm looking forward to because I think that was something that was missing in the manufacturing retention event, that nonprofit workforce development angle. So I want to explore that more because I think there's a place for that.
Yeah, I really, really do appreciate the time that you're taking. I'm so happy you're part of Frederick County. And really, I know we're going to be the beneficiary of so much of what you're doing to come. So I want to thank you for that for sure.
And I appreciate it. Thank you so much for inviting me and let me share my story.
Of course. Oh my gosh, how amazing is he? I love that he is part of Frederick County, doing a lot of work as well with, as I said, the Leadership Frederick County, and still helping out with Hood College by being a mentor. Just phenomenal. I tell you, we got some great people here in Frederick, if you didn't know that already. All right, one more quick break, and then we're back with Under the Hood with Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, coming up just after this.
At Colonial Jewelers, we're celebrating 77 years in downtown Frederick. During the month of October, everything in the store will be on sale. With the area's largest selection, it's the best time for early holiday shopping or making a special purchase with interest-free financing. The Colonial Jewelers Anniversary Sale, celebrating 77 years as Frederick's premier jeweler. The Colonial Jewelers Box. There's just more in it.
Hey, if you're like me and you've always wanted to go to Alaska, well, you can join me. Antietam World Travel Service is putting everything together for June 9th through the 20th, 2026. We're going to do the land and the sea. It's going to be wonderful. You can get all the information at AntietamTravel.com. Go there right now and just express your interest, and we will answer any questions that you have, but you can join me. Let's go to Alaska. Let's see all the great stuff Alaska has. June 9th through 20th, 2026.
I got to add myself back here. A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're located right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. I just saw some post on social media the other day. Somebody had like half of their siding ripped off somehow by a storm. So they can help you with that. And right now might be a great time to check to make sure your roof looks good before the winter and the snow and rain and all that stuff that we're going to get. All you got to do is go to ansconstruction.net and you can save $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. All right. We've got Under the Hood, Tyler Mead with Ken's Automotive and Transmission.
Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, total car care, bumper to bumper. We're at the corner of West Patrick and Jefferson Streets. This is Tyler Mead. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Dani.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Well, we're rolling right into the cooler weather, but no matter the time of year, and I might be having this issue right now, I need to call you. Brakes are always a thing we got to keep an eye on.
Yes.
Now, I get really nervous because sometimes with the colder weather, the rainy weather, your brakes squeak or make noise or feel like they're having gripping issues.
Mm-hmm.
Should you come in right away when those things are happening?
Yeah. So your biggest problem with brakes is glazing. It's usually overuse, high mile speeds. A lot of people are speed demons nowadays. No matter how much they want to tell you they're going the speed limit, they usually are not.
Yeah.
And that creates glazing across your pad, and that can cause your squealing.
Okay.
Harder to stop the car.
Okay.
They like to slip across the rotor and stuff like that. So you definitely want to get that checked out.
So if I'm depressing my brake and I'm feeling like this pump, 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 you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel smooth. Is that another?
Yeah, that could be point of work rotors for sure as well. Yeah, because you want to the common misconception with brakes is most people they want a pad slap, which we is a technical term that the shop uses nowadays.
Yeah.
But that's basically only replacing pads.
Okay.
And not your rotors. And what ends up happening with that is you have your brakes, they wear into like almost like a pattern or rhythm inside that rotor. Well, when you put new pads right up on it on a old rotor, then you're going to cause that same wear pattern into your pads.
Okay.
And it's going to cut your life in half of whatever you pay on your pads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'd be spending double the amount of money it is to, replace your brakes because you're doing it twice a year versus once a year.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So explain to me, the non-technical person here, how is the brake? I know that there is a rotor. Is that on the inside? How does it work?
Yes, your rotor is what actually bolts to your hub, and that's at the same speed that your wheel is going.
Okay, so that's moving with your wheel.
Yep, and then your brake pads actually clamp like a clamshell around that rotor to help it force it to stop.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, when somebody says you have to turn your rotor, what does that mean?
That's an old term. We don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, the
they
way
turn all the time.
Yeah, they turn all. It's like rotating tires. You just rotate them on lift, you sit back down, right? No, so the way it's set up is beforehand, rotors were super expensive to replace.
Okay.
And they were, material was hard to find back in the day. So they put them on a brake lathe, and turning it was cutting a new pad or a new wear into your rotor.
Gotcha.
Nowadays, we need to make rotors. They're made usually to minimum spec on a vehicle.
Okay.
So most of the time you're replacing rotors when it comes with brakes anyways.
Gotcha.
So really turning rotors
is not a thing.
That's for the birds.
I'm old, so that's why. Okay. So is it expensive? I mean, it's, what you're saying is people replace the pads because it doesn't seem as expensive, but you're actually going to spend more at the end.
Yeah, you double your labor because you're pulling it all apart again to redo your brakes, and your pads. Yeah, you're going to cost your pads double the amount that it would be just putting pads and rotors on and doing it once and saving yourself.
Right.
I mean, most brakes I see go anywhere between 2 and 4 years, depending on how most people drive.
Yeah.
Especially now. New technology and material and stuff like that. I mean, it's a big heat temperament, problem on that end. But nowadays, I mean, if you're just putting pads on used rotors, I mean, you are cutting your life completely in half. So that 2 to 4 years is now 1 to 2 years.
Not to have stuff that's
especially if you have something in your rotor.
Right.
And a lot of rotors, they get heat temperament, so they get brittle over time. Especially you're talking regular braking force, 1,000 degrees at your pad, so you're taking that life on that rotor exponentially down.
Yeah. All right. Well, just like me, I'm going to go to kenstrans.com, schedule my appointment to get my brakes checked. One thing you can be sure, if they don't need to be replaced or nothing needs, it's just kind of that weather thing, they're going to let you know, but they will check everything bumper to bumper every single time. That way you know what is coming up that needs to be fixed right away and what you can wait on. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. Family owned since 1968. Located right here at Jefferson and Patrick Streets in downtown Frederick. It's Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. Total car care.
All right. Here. Hey, okay. Goodness. Pressing a lot of buttons and not much was happening. Goodness. I love that Frederick is Buckin' Awesome t-shirt. If you want one as well, you can stop by the shop, 401 North Market Street in downtown, and pick yours up today. We also have a rack that's 2 for $25. If you haven't been into the shop recently or at all, now's a great time to stop by. Mama Cohn's going to be there today as well as Randy and I. So stop by and see us. We'd love to say hi to you. I also got a message the other day of somebody who saw my car driving around Frederick. As you will, be sure to honk and wave. I don't pay attention a lot of times to other people and other vehicles, as my husband will attest, but I will. I do love the fact that you guys let me know you've seen the car, and every now and then I even get a text from one of you next to my vehicle, which I love that as well. All right. Wishing you an awesome Wednesday. Hope you have a great day. It looks like the sun is peeking out there. And I hope to see you around Frederick soon. But other than that, let's just get out there and let's be great, friends.